Alright, so right now the car is saying it's 107 degrees outside, and today is the 12th of June. It is 12:45 in the afternoon. I'm going to get ready to do another hot weather hiking experiment here at Silly Mountain in Apache Junction. About 2 years ago, I did my first hot weather hiking video right here at Silly Mountain. It was, my car said I think 116 that day. It was probably between 113 and 115 when I did it. It's not quite as hot today, so it should, be 6 to 10 degrees cooler. Might warm up a little bit because it's only 12:45 still. But I'm just gonna take my time, see what I can do. Try to go over a few more things that I've found that should help anyone if you are in a situation where you're forced to hike in hot weather. So I'm carrying with me 3 liters of frozen water and then 1 frozen liter of lemon juice from 2 lemons, Himalayan sea salt, and coconut water mixed together. So that's a mix. It's almost 4 liters total. I'm definitely not going to need that much, but I just kind of want to keep up the consistency of weight in the backpack. Yeah, what I gathered from my first experiment around 2 years ago doing this was if you don't exert yourself too much, you're going to be okay out in this heat, especially if you can find shade and just kind of ride it out in the shade. You're going to be fine. I think the problem lies with people just overexerting themselves and then just pushing their bodies past the point of no return. I thought this for a while, and there is a point of no return obviously, but you still can acclimate yourself to this. As this comment right here on my last hot weather hiking video demonstrates, this is a guy that works in 100 up to 115 degree heat on the hot pavement all day, but the body can get used to it. You just have to give yourself what it needs, and it'll be okay. But like I said earlier, as long as you're not going overboard, as long as you're not pushing yourself past the point of no return. I've been having a conversation with a kid named Will Schultz from Corpus Christi, Texas. He's been watching my videos for a long time about electrolytes and hydration and things like that pretty recently. Make your own. I mean, really, don't spend your money on something that may even not be the best thing for you. I've been making this mix of lemon juice, Himalayan salt, and coconut water, and it seems to be serving me pretty well. There's a small saddle up here, the trail drops, and then I'll head left up to the summit and then just kind of see where I go after that. Alright, we made it to the summit. I decided to switch shirts now, so I put the long sleeve on, but when I took the other shirt off, I got hit by the wind a little bit, and that wind on the sweat just actually gave me the chills for a little bit. It cooled me off. It was a really good feeling. And yeah, this seems to be perfectly fine now. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems. I'm gonna definitely get moving pretty soon just because I want to keep up a little bit more exertion. See, although it's not much, that tree right there could be a lifesaver if you are hot enough. I mean, there's a decent amount of shade under here. Blocks the sun out to some extent. It's already cooler. If you are in trouble, cautiously, don't push it, but find shade as soon as you can. Yeah, I think this peak is Old Baldy. I think I'm just gonna head up the rock straight up here. Well, here's a closer look back on the Silly Mountain summit. And this may be the furthest east I'm gonna get today. So I have here 3 liters of frozen water, which are starting to melt. This one I actually drank out of it earlier today, and then I filled it back up. about an hour before I left and put it in the freezer, so it's not as cold. This one is still pretty solid. And then this one right here is the mix of lime juice and coconut water and salt. So yeah, all 4 of them were frozen. The good thing is they're keeping my bag a little cooler on my back, and they're just, you know, cooler going down obviously when you drink them. One good thing you can do if you're starting to feel yourself get a little too hot maybe is just hold this in your hand as you're hiking while it's still frozen. I feel a major difference already just holding this thing for the last 30 seconds or whatever. It's crazy. It's helping to cool me off. I guess the #1 pointer is don't overexert yourself. Obviously be prepared with your water and your electrolytes and whatnot, and the right clothing and a hat obviously. But yeah, just not overexerting yourself is key. I guess another thing to keep in mind is just try to stay in the wind as much as you can too. Obviously, I think shade first, but if you can get a shady spot with some wind, that would really be ideal. If you do want to hike in hotter weather, just try to keep acclimated to it, that's all. I mean, the way things are going with the stupid gas prices, I may be forced to just hang out in the valley all summer, so maybe doing this anyway, no matter what. Alright, so to recap, it's about 107 degrees, give or take a little bit. June 12th, right now about 2:30 in the afternoon. Hot weather hiking, you just want to be prepared with plenty of water, plenty of electrolytes too. I do even have extra salt in my backpack. I carry that with me all the time. It's the Himalayan salt. So there's sodium and some other trace minerals in there. Absolutely try to take it as easy as possible. Find shade if you need to. If you are able to, freeze your water bottles, or at least most of them. That makes a big difference for me. And if you start to feel just a little bit too hot or any possible symptoms, put that water bottle in your hand and hold it. That makes a major difference. I felt the difference in 30 seconds to a minute. I could tell it was cooling me off. All right, I'm almost back. That was it. Another hot weather hiking adventure at Silly Mountain. Not quite as hot as it was 2 years ago, but still pretty warm. I definitely pushed it more than last time and felt pretty good. All right, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully see you again soon. Take care.